They say narcissism is not self-love, but it's the inability to love others. The narcissist devours people, consumes the output, and casts the empty, struggling shells aside. Imagine a world where every gaze is a reflection, every conversation a stage, and every interaction a transaction of validation. This is the world through the eyes of a narcissist. Narcissism is a term often thrown around in casual conversation, but what does it really mean? At its core, narcissism is a personality trait characterized by an excessive focus on oneself, a strong need for admiration, and a notable lack of empathy for others. The term originates from the Greek myth of Narcissus, a young man who fell in love with his own reflection, ultimately leading to his demise. Narcissistic personality disorder, or NPD, takes this trait to an extreme, becoming a clinically recognized condition. Estimates suggest that approximately 0.5% to 5% of the general population may suffer from NPD, with 75% of them being men between the ages of 20 to 34 years. So what are the hallmarks of a narcissistic behavior? Typically, narcissists display a sense of superiority, believing they are unique or special. They often fantasize about unlimited success, power, and beauty, and have a strong sense of entitlement, expecting special treatment and compliance from others. There are also different kinds of narcissism, like grandiose, vulnerable, malignant, communal, somatic, and cerebral. Grandiose narcissist exhibits high self-esteem, confidence, and a need for admiration, often arrogant and dominant. Vulnerable narcissist appears insecure and sensitive, craves admiration, but feels misunderstood and defensive. Malignant narcissist displays antisocial behavior, lacks empathy, and can be sadistic and manipulative. Communal narcissist seeks validation through perceived altruism and social contributions, often for self-serving purposes. Somatic narcissist focuses on physical appearance and health as sources of self-worth and validation. Cerebral narcissist derives self-importance from intellectual achievements and knowledge, often condescending towards others. So what impact does narcissism have on relationships? In personal relationships, narcissistic individuals can be charming at first, but their need for constant admiration and their tendency to manipulate others can lead to emotional harm, a condition often described as narcissistic abuse. In a professional setting, narcissists may initially appear as confident leaders, but their inability to accept criticism and collaboration can be detrimental to team dynamics and organizational health. So what are the causes of narcissism? The roots of narcissism can be complex, involving a mix of genetic predisposition and environmental factors. Some researchers point out to parenting styles such as over-pampering or neglect as contributing factors. Moreover, our modern culture, with its emphasis on individual success and social media validation, may also play a role in fostering narcissistic traits. So how should we deal with them? Navigating relationship with narcissistic individuals can be challenging. Setting clear boundaries is crucial, as seeking support from friends, family, or mental health professionals. It's essential to prioritize self-care and protect your emotional well-being when dealing with someone who exhibits narcissistic behaviors. So how can this be treated? Psychotherapy, particularly cognitive behavioral therapy, can help individuals develop more realistic self-perceptions and improve their relationships. Other approaches, like dialectical behavior therapy, may also be effective in addressing the emotional dysregulation often associated with NPD. However, the road to change is often fraught with difficulty, as narcissists may struggle to see the need for treatment due to the inflated self-view. So what are some common misconceptions? There are many misconceptions about narcissism. One common myth is that all narcissists are overly confident and successful, but this is not always the case. Additionally, while narcissism is often seen in a negative light, it's important to note that narcissistic traits can exist on a spectrum and may be present in varying degrees in all of us. And throughout history, several public figures have been associated with narcissistic traits. Historical leaders like Napoleon, Adolf Hitler, and Joseph Stalin are often cited for the grandiose self-importance, extreme need for power, and lack of empathy. So what can we do to counterattack narcissism? Empathy and self-awareness are crucial tools in countering narcissistic tendencies. By fostering empathy, we can better understand and relate to the experiences of others, promoting healthier and more meaningful relationships. Encouraging self-reflection can also help individuals recognize and address narcissistic traits in themselves. Understanding narcissism reveals not just a personality trait, but a profound challenge in our relationships and self-awareness. By cultivating empathy, setting boundaries, and embracing self-reflection, we can counteract the harm narcissism can cause. And as we move forward, let's remember the words of Dalai Lama: be kind whenever possible, for always possible.